LEGO just announced its latest upscale minifig, the race car driver, featuring Octan, their fictitious oil company from back in the 1980s and 90s. Now, there are some things that I like about this particular set. Of course, there are some things that I don't like about it, but I'm also going to explain why I think this is a missed opportunity for LEGO. Let's dive in. The first thing I like about it is that it is a continuation of a series. LEGO's really good at giving us series because it allows us to collect things, and once we get the first couple things in a series, we'll want to get more. And so they're tapping into that a bit. The first one for the minifigs was Harry and Hermione. Of course, that was 2021. They also gave us a classic upscale minifig 2 years ago in 2023. And if you were so lucky to go to the LEGO house in Denmark, you could find a Captain Redbeard upscale minifig, and maybe you might find it on eBay or Bricklink at a significant markup. Now, those were the recent ones. Now we're getting this particular Octan race car driver, which definitely fits into the Formula One theme that LEGO is giving us in city sets this year. The second thing I like about it is the piece selection, especially all of those green pieces in the legs. You get some good bow slopes, you get bricks, you get plates, you get snot bricks, you get some tiles. And one thing I found in LEGO sets, it's hard to get a lot of green pieces in a particular set, especially one that could be affordable. Now, I also want to note that the pieces on the front that have the logo and all of the torso printing are indeed printed, and they don't look to be stickers. That would be the 2x4 rounded tile on the belt and the 1x6x5 panel at the front. So I applaud LEGO for giving us printed pieces there, and the face pieces as well, which makes it feel like a premium product. Now, the third thing I like about it is that it does give us some good value. At $55, you're getting about 700 pieces, and that's pretty good. It's definitely better than the 10 cents per piece price ratio that a lot of people put as a threshold. Now, of course, the trade-off is that you're not getting any minifigs. Now, the classic upscale minifig from a couple years ago did have a minifig in it, and is now bumped up to that $50 or $55 price point. So same price, fewer minifigs, or no minifigs in this particular case, but still a good value, especially if you want some nuts and bolts kinds of pieces. Of course, does this set really move the needle for me or a lot of LEGO fans? I think that's a really good question, and it does bring into light some of the things that I don't like about the set. Now, the first thing I don't like about it is that it's kind of bland. It lacks variation from previous upscale minifigs. If you look at the Harry and Hermione, there's not a whole lot of change, a little bit of color composition changes, but really the nuance is in how you build Harry's hair and Hermione's hair. If you go to the classic minifig from 2 years ago, the build with the legs and the torso, pretty much the same. And then you get the baseball cap. And the nice thing about that is when you flip that open, you can see the minifig inside, which was a really creative take on that minifig. Now, this one doesn't really change a whole lot. There are, I think, 2 or 3 significant changes. One very minor one is that you've got tiles on top of the feet. You also have the red helmet, which is a pretty big one, and there's some changes in the hands in terms of how that is constructed, because you've got some double cheese slopes in there. So there really isn't a lot of change other than the helmet from the previous ones that are widely available to LEGO fans. And I think that's a problem. Why would I buy something that doesn't really change the build if I've already built something very, very similar before? And of course, the one that I think a lot of fans would wish LEGO released widely is the Captain Redbeard scaled up minifig that had a lot of really cool elements to it. You had the wooden peg, you had the hook, you had all the snot work on the torso, you had the pirate hat. That was really cool, and I'd rather see something like that, which leads me to, I think, my second point that I don't like about this set, and the overarching theme of this video, and that is, this is an absolute miss in terms of an opportunity. Look, LEGO is tying in with F1, I get it. Octan is kind of a cool LEGO inspired thing that does give us a little bit of nostalgia, but the reality is, this is not really all that cool in my opinion. Now, this is not even an official released minifig. Like, I went through all of the Octan minifigs. There's 111 of them tagged on bricklink.com or brickset.com. And what's interesting is that none of them match this specifically. There were some that were really close, like CTY0389 or 374 or 389A. But the reality is there are some differences. Namely, this one has a classic smiley face, which those didn't have. And those had visors on the helmet, some transparent clear visors. This one just has a red helmet. And the shape of this helmet is very akin to the old classic space minifigs, which is, I know, what a lot of fans would rather have. Now, getting a classic space build a scalable minifig is maybe monochromatic for some, but a lot of fans would love that with the air tanks or the backpack. So that was an opportunity. Personally, I would have loved to have seen something unique from the pirates or the castle themes from the 1980s or 1990s. And if you want to market this to adults, that's the way to go. Go with the nostalgia. Just dive in. You already do this with so many other sets. Giving us a $55 scaled up minifig is cool. It's budget friendly. Give us something we want. And if you want to design it for kids, give them something they want. I don't know if they really care about an Octan race car driver. They might want Ninjago or another Harry Potter, or they might want Star Wars or anything else. In fact, you could have gone somewhat nostalgic with like Legends of Chima or something. I don't know, something that would be unique and not just almost a carbon copy of the building techniques we saw in other scaled up minifigs, and one that maybe connected with fans better. So I'm not sure how this set's gonna do. In fact, this is definitely not even anywhere near our wanted list for 2025, much less the overall wanted list. So despite the good price, despite the good pieces, it's a hard pass from us. We are definitely not getting that on March 1st. What do you think about this minifig? Do you think it's maybe a missed opportunity? What would you rather see as a scaled up minifig? Put that down in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and always remember to keep building together.